Hey y'all, my name is Alex McBride and welcome to my channel. So today we will be actually watching a vlog I recorded a couple months ago before quarantine happened. I never got around to editing it and I kind of forgot about it, and then I found all the footage in my camera roll, so that's what we'll be doing today. So this was pre-social distancing, just keep that in mind as you watch it. I hope you learned something. We'll be talking about fast fashion and my friend Summer and her company that she started, and just a little bit more about that. So I hope you enjoy. Hey everyone, my name is Alex and this is Summer. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
I'm Summer. I am 22 years old. I live in Stockton, California, and I also manufacture bags here. So I sew and design reusable tote bags. They're a little bit elevated, so not your average tote bag. It's more for as a purse replacement, I would say, but you can use it for anything.
It's a good substitute for a backpack too. If you don't want a backpack, fit your laptop in
Exactly.
What's your bigger one called? The one that's more rectangular?
The classic tote.
Classic tote, yes. So how did you get into fashion or wanting to pursue fashion and like the fashion design realm, I guess?
Oh my gosh. Well, ever since I was young, I remember wanting to be into fashion and design, and more specifically, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Ever since I was young, I've just been drawing, sketching little things. My grandmother taught me how to sew when I was young, and kind of just blossomed from there. My grandmother used to manufacture in the late 70s and 80s, and so out of everyone in my family, I'm most like her because I'm also into fashion, and I don't know if it's completely because of her, but she's definitely a big reason why.
Well, that's super cool. I know that you're really passionate about circular fashion and being more sustainable in the fashion industry. Will you tell me a little bit more about that and how you got into that and why you want people to know more about it?
When it comes to sustainability, I think I acknowledged that fast fashion and just throwaway clothes were wrong when I was in high school, just because the prices were so cheap, and no one was really asking the question where those clothes came from. Also, when I was in high school, this documentary came out on Netflix called The True Cost. It's not on Netflix anymore, sadly, but you can rent it on YouTube. And it talked a lot about sweatshops and what goes into making clothing for fast fashion and why the price is so affordable for everyone to buy.
For those who don't know what fast fashion is, can you give us a quick definition of what?
So fast fashion, it was coined fast fashion just because just mass manufacturing that really blossomed in the late 70s and 80s. Just the need, people wanting things more and more, and planned obsolescence. Things started to be made more cheaply. They didn't last as long, but it was that instant gratification that people wanted to, and it really fed into our short attention spans and our need to have things and new things. And so fast fashion was born out of that. It took a spring, summer, fall, winter, a year fashion cycle to like 26 fashion cycle year. And it really fed into our need to consume and have new trends. It all really started with Zara. Before they were Zara, they really set the whole foundation for how brands like H&M, Forever 21,
those are the big culprits.
Yeah, the big culprits, how they all decided to play the fashion game. So it was very damaging, I think, to also our mindsets and how we think we should be consuming. So fast fashion was born out of that. Sadly, garment workers in the supply chain and the production chain in developing nations like Bangladesh, Vietnam, etc., were exploited, and they were able to be, even to this day, they're able to be exploited.
So tell me a little bit about Phae and when you started with that, and just kind of those details.
Phae started out as my grandmother's brand when she was manufacturing She was manufacturing here in Stockton in the 80s, and that died. She was like late 70s, 80s. That died when manufacturing left the U.S. and she kept all of these things. But she, in her later years, started a brand called Phae, California, and she just made like classic dresses and sets out of natural fibers, and she did that for a few years. But she had all these leftover tags and things. My grandmother's name is Faye also. So that's how the name came about. But I mean, decades later, here I am, and I have all of her tags still, thousands of them that say Faye, California. And I knew that I wanted to have my own line, and I wanted to take advantage of all of these machines that she had used and I inherited. And so I kind of ran with that, and I'm doing bags because anybody can wear a bag when it comes to actual garments like shirts, dresses, pants. It all requires grading for different sizes. And so, I mean, it's 2020 now, you have to be all-inclusive with your sizing, and I know that's difficult, especially for one person who's sewing and pattern making
that's a lot of work
to do all of that, and I don't have the capital to do a lot of that stuff, and
I'm sure the time capacity too to be able to do it.
So I went with bags, and I don't regret. I love making bags, and
her bags are beautiful. Oh my gosh.
All right.
No, they're beautiful.
They're very simple, but they get the job done. Yeah, actually, I've decided to go with the name Faye and Fortune over Faye, just because there's a jewelry designer in Australia, I think, now with the name Faye. Not Faye, California, but just Faye. But I decided I should just change up the name so they are Faye and Fortune.
Faye and
now.
Fortune. Okay.
Now they are.
I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to get, trademarked or copyright infringement or something like that. How sustainable fashion plays into your company?
So I try to be sustainable in the sense that I use all secondhand fabric. So every fabric that I have has been pre-existing, and it's either been donated to me or I've gone and found it at like bins or thrift stores or like secondhand craft stores. I found have usually a good selection. So
I didn't know
everything.
They had secondhand craft stores.
Yeah, there's a really cool one in Oakland.
Oh,
I'll tell you
check
about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, everything from the tags to the thread I use is all to the fabric is all secondhand, and I try and use all natural fibers. But if I really like the fabric and it's synthetic, I'll still use it because it's still entering that textile back into another life cycle. And so as long as it's not going into the garbage and to a landfill and being toxic to the earth, it's out here being used by people. So as long as we can keep it out of a landfill, that's great.
There you go. Is there anything else you'd like my audience to know, whether it's about Faye and Fortune or sustainable fashion or anything?
I just advocate for people making informed shopping decisions. When you buy something, expect to wear it or use it and keep it for 90 plus days. I think it's good to invest in your purchases, ask questions like where it's made, try if you can to buy secondhand. I know there are a lot of people that say that being sustainable in your shopping is not meant for people who don't have a lot of money, and that is true in a lot of ways when it comes to like garments and things that are made from scratch, from organic cotton and things. But there are so many ways to buy secondhand. For example, going to a thrift store, consignment. I think it's always great to support those channels of shopping, just to do your part and make informed decisions and buying informed.
Buying informed. Where could someone buy one of your bags?
So I do have a website. It's fayeandfortune.com. The bags are made to order, so basically I have the website set up where you can go on and view the different bag styles. Right now I have 3 of them, and then I have a lookbook as well, so you can kind of see a collage of every style next to each other. But I have it set up where you can browse the 3 different styles, and then when you go further into them, it'll give you a whole fabric selection and a photo of all the fabrics that you can choose from. Sometimes, well, I don't know, I don't have a lot of feedback yet, so I don't know how it's going to go, but sometimes when people just see fabric, they can't imagine it as a bag or what it will look like as a bag. But just trust that it's gonna look great. So I just kind of have like images of the styles, and then images of all the different fabrics just by themselves.
So that's it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something new. And yeah, see you later.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.